Hey guys, this is Brian with Outlaw Euro. Today we've got kind of a cool DIY for you. Right here is an Infinity Designs F10 M5 carbon intake kit. This kit consists of the lower housing, the upper, these dry air filters. We've got a couple couplers here, and these are the clamps that are gonna hold everything together. We're just gonna show you how to do this easy. All right, so today we're working on the S63. This is an F10 M5. This engine is found in an F90 M5 as well. There are some slight variances, but as far as our intakes, what we're gonna be doing today, the first step is we're gonna move this hose out of the way. And that is gonna expose one, kind of hard to see, and two in the very back corner here, kind of where my finger's at, screws that we're gonna have to pull out. We're gonna remove the 7 screws on the passenger side. We're gonna get this hose out of the way. The 7th screw that's back in this corner, this is kind of a difficult one to get to, probably difficult to see on camera, but that one we got a little ratchet out for that guy. Next step, we're gonna unplug the mass airflow sensors. Little connector right there, just push down on that and pull it straight out. And then we're gonna go ahead and release these clamps for the couplers, 6mm. Okay, same thing on the driver's side. Mass airflow connector out of the way. Next step is we're gonna remove the upper portion of the airbox. Get this out the way. Okay, same thing on the passenger side. Get this out of here. Okay, next step to remove the lower portion of the airbox. There's gonna be a T30 right here. Once you get that T30 bolt out, you can go ahead and remove this portion here. Just kind of be careful with it. Pop that loose. And there we go. Okay, same thing on the driver's side, T30. And then this hose was clipped here. Just get that out of the way. All right, before we install the intakes, we need to switch the MAF sensor from here to our new carbon fiber intake. There's 2 T20s we're gonna take out here. Pull that out. Transfer it over. And the Infinity kit comes with these 2 Allen 3mm bolts. All right, so we're gonna snug these bolts up. Just make sure and do not over tighten these. They do not need to be very tight. So the first step to install this lower piece is you're gonna notice this flange right here, as well as this little piece that's raised. This needs to seat down in this area right here. So just make sure you get it lined up, and it's got to drop down a little bit further than the cowling around it. And it will eventually just kind of snap into place when you've got it correctly seated. Okay, so what you're going for is to get this little raised area under this tab here. And we found the easiest way to accomplish that was to kind of rock this back and forth gently. But it does need to be rocked back and forth, we found, just to get it to seat there. Okay, the next step is Infinity has included a few of these foam pieces, and you're gonna put these pieces where the carbon fiber is gonna wanna rub along the car here. So there's a flat spot down where I got my hand. That's where we're gonna install this foam piece. Get that stuck on, and that'll ensure no rubbing right in this area here. Same thing on this side. We got the foam strip that's gonna go right here. So we'll get that installed. Okay, good to go there. Now we're gonna install these high flow air filters from Infinity. This is the direction they're gonna go in. Next step is to install these couplers and the 2 clamps. These are 7mm clamps. And before we tighten these up, we're gonna get the upper side of the airbox in place. So here we're gonna join the 2 sections of the airbox together. Just kind of carefully guide it into place. You're gonna need to rotate and kind of guide it into this rubber coupler up here. And once you're satisfied with how everything is lined up, we're gonna move on to the clamps. So here we are with the clamp that joins the 2 sections of the airbox. As you can see, it's completely undone. I'm just gonna feed it in here very carefully. You don't wanna scratch your brand new beautiful carbon fiber intake. So very, very carefully get that into position, like so. Get the threaded portion in, and now we're ready for our 11mm net. So the first clamp you're gonna wanna tighten is the inner one. Just get that snug, that's a 7mm again. And then to get this flush, you're gonna wanna push in so you don't have any kind of a gap there in regards to the boot. Get your clamp in place, and you're gonna tighten as you're holding everything together here. Okay, once we get these clamps tightened up, we're just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the driver's side. Okay, now that we've got everything tightened up, final step is gonna be to plug in the mass airflow sensors. Now that we've got these Infinity Design intakes installed, they're rather easy to install. Fitment was great. Now we're ready to hear the sound they make. These Infinity intakes were very easy to install. Fitment was great. If you like this DIY, like and subscribe.